Thank you, Rizwan Saeed. Thank you for arranging such a constellation of luminaries, and particularly from the private sector, because as a government person, there is a lot that can be said about the relations between Pakistan and the United States. At the government level, it's been a long-standing relationship. It has seen its twists and turns, crests and troughs, ups and downs. But it is one relationship that has certainly survived not one, not two, multiple tests of times, because it's an important relationship. So that is the government's perspective, the government side. But what I wanted to be connected to is the private sector, because going forward, it is going to be the private sector of Pakistan, the corporate America, the private sector of United States that is going to underwrite, cement the relationship going forward. And that investment, that trading relation is my one single point agenda that has not only been decided by myself, but that has been given to me by the government in the selection process. When we were interviewed, frankly, and it was a good process, so as to say. Particularly by what is generally understood about in Pakistan about the selection processes, it was a good process, and we actually conveyed our sort of business plan in diplomatic terms, that what we intend to do and what should be done, and it is all hinging on private sector in Pakistan, corporate Pakistan, which is in good number and at a good level gathered here today, and the corporate America. So my endeavor during this period would be to use the Pakistani diaspora, to be assisted by Pakistani diaspora. One major single perhaps stalwart that stands out by far in that community is here with us. But there are many Tahir Javeds in Pakistan and United States, mainly in the Pakistani diaspora, that not only we need to identify but work with to cement this relationship. Whatever we say in terms of binary choices that are being projected or portrayed in today's world, Pak-US relationship is important, because United States continues to be our largest trading partner. IMF, World Bank, etc. has been mentioned. I need not elaborate on that. At least not to an audience which is a business audience. So then education. Any country in the world cannot do without having educated people, educated from United States. If you look at the pattern of development of countries, Koreans, Japanese were educated in US in maybe 50s and 60s, went up. Indians in a large number are being educated today in the United States, have gone up. So perhaps there is no single country in the world which can do without at least this one education relationship. So we have the CPAC, the economic corridor. Let's try to establish at least that can be done, void of political influences, political expediencies, etc. That is Pakistan-US education corridor. And through that corridor, that corridor fueling a business relationship, a business corridor between Pakistan and United States, which is already there. We need perhaps to enhance its length and breadth. So we need to broaden it, we need to extend it, because this one relationship is going to endure my tenure, anybody else's tenure, even our lifetimes. And this relationship would stay there if Pakistani diaspora comes together in the United States. I remember telling during my previous stay in the United States to my Pakistani compatriots, the Pakistani Americans, that in the last election, not the last, the one that I was there, I attended in the United States, it was the 2016 election. that, and that is where I discovered Tiger. I mean, in Philadelphia at the nomination. But I used to tell them that 200 years after his ancestry migrated from Poland, in the US electoral campaign, Bernie Sanders was being referred to as a Polish American. So Pakistani Americans will continue to stay Pakistani Americans for the foreseeable future. And that is their identity, so why not get together, come together, use that identity as a rallying point and, develop, sustain, cement, underwrite relations between their homeland and their motherland.
Wow.
So that is basically, I was asked to give some kind of a vision.
Yes.
Well, it's a vision, yes, it's an idea, more of in the form of an idea that I intend to implement. Another idea, and I would run it past the businessmen with a purpose to get your views, and of course I'm not going to stand between you and dinner for more than 55 minutes. I'll gather views on that once we mingle again over dinner. The idea is that there is a direct approach between Pakistan or any other country, in this case United States. Let's get investment from United States. In United States, what happens is that whether it's a Pakistani American or any nationality, it's a melting pot of cultures and nationalities. People from all over the world, the best talent has gathered there. And what they do is that they don't spend all of their money, they raise funds. So I can understand that a Pakistani American would want to spend money and invest in Pakistan, but maybe his other partners would have some doubts. Let's also look at those doubts and perhaps try and address them in at least one fashion, one manner that I propose and seek your ideas on. Let the Pakistani diaspora invest in Gulf, in Saudi Arabia, for instance. The money class in Pakistan is going to be of an age bracket even higher than me. So they would want to have businesses in the kingdom where they can, have business and, combine the religious activity as well. But our takeaway would be that the labor should be from Pakistan, the raw material should be from Pakistan, other inputs, IT, softwares, etc. should be from Pakistan. So it is an indirect way of benefiting your country through perhaps an endeavor of this kind. But it's a very raw idea. Let's perhaps refine this thought, add, flesh these bones as we go. But I would want to gather information, ideas, perhaps further refinement of any other variant of this particular idea or any other idea for that matter from this informed, learned, experienced crowd. But I believe that it is you people, not the government. Government should be a facilitator. Government cannot do business. I think it has been sufficiently proven, at least in Pakistan's case. And any further effort on that score should, being a government person myself, I can confidently say, should be aborted right there, right now. But let's facilitate what you guys need and want to do in terms of, in this specific case, in terms of the assignment that I'm looking forward to have a better, improved, enhanced relationship at the business to business, B2B level between Pakistan and United States. It is a very, very important relationship. Actually, we have invested blood and tears in this relationship. It cannot just be discarded or frankly aborted just like that. There is no, other scenario. It has to go forward. Pakistan was the country that afforded a diplomatic corridor, imagine, between the two largest economies of today. They would not have been talking to each other had it not been for Pakistan 50 years back. Let's provide the economic corridor this time. Dr. Salman Shah Sahib is here.
Yes.
Sir, the tariff, the Chinese tariffs, wherever it is impacting the American companies, if the production lines are shifted to Pakistan, we have an FTA. Let's think about it. let's think about other ideas like this. So it's quite a think tank here. I would want to benefit from the opinion, advice, prayers, good wishes. I think 90% of the speakers have not only congratulated me, but in the same breath have mentioned that it's a huge task, a very difficult assignment. Thank you for scaring me further out of my wits. But I really need I'll gather all these good wishes, but I'll bear this factor in mind that it is a challenging assignment, but a challenge as a professional should bring the best out in you. I hope to live up to the expectation, live up to the confidence that has been placed in me by not only my government, but somebody mentioned here 250 million people. So I'll be representing each one of them, and in the interest of each one of them, I'll try to fortify, solidify, cement this relationship. Thank you so much.